Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
Since the last time I spoke to you, it's been announced that Florian Maru and Chris Congo have signed to fight each other. That's going to be hopefully taking place on a boxer card very, very soon. Really good. It's not a domestic fight, but it feels like a domestic fight because Florian Maru's been based over here for such a long time.
Absolutely. Listen, a great character as well, Florian Maru. Used to train in my gym, do you know what I mean? He's got so much self-belief, it's unbelievable. And Chris Congo as well, another great guy. But listen, there's a real grudge match between these two. As you know, there's been a lot of back and forth, not just on social media, but they've come in contact with each other as well. There was a lot of pushing and shoving going on. That is a great fight. I'm looking forward to that one. And I believe that's been made now. So we're just looking at a venue for that one, a date and a venue. I mean, boxers got a busy year, if I'm totally honest. You know, like they've got at least one a month, you know, from February, March, April, May. Big fights coming up there as well. I think that Richard Riakporhe, Chris Billam-Smith has now been signed as well. I reckon that lands I'll probably say that lands at the Vitality Stadium, and I reckon it'll land in sort of May time. There is talk of Crystal Palace, that happening at Crystal Palace as well. So we'll have to see on that. But yeah, big year for boxer coming up. And this is the start of it. Saturday night is a huge fight, man. Old school throwback fight with both guys putting it all on the line. And I can't wait for it.
On the way up here, I saw yourself and Johnny Nelson's Talk Sport podcast. Worrying that Johnny's hearing rumours about Tyson Fury maybe getting dropped in sparring?
Well, listen, it's not a rumour that you've just heard from Johnny Nelson. We've heard it, you know, it's been circulating around. But when you get fights of this magnitude, right, undisputed heavyweight world title fights. I mean, the last one we had was Vander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis back in 1999. That's how fast they come around. So when you get fights of this magnitude, you always get rumours circulating. I don't delve too much into them because they're rumours, and I think to myself, do you know what? I'm not going in there. Johnny didn't mind putting his neck on the line and saying, listen, I've heard from good sources that these are true, and this is, you know, Jai Opetaia and the rumours surrounding him and Fury sparring and him dropping Fury. Who knows, mate? Who knows? But yeah, Johnny was quite vocal on that one. Talk Boxing, you can get that on the Talk Sport Boxing YouTube channel. Go and have a look at that, actually, because we covered a number of things. We've covered this show as well. Dan Aziz, Joshua Boatsi, who we thought would win, how they would win it, and why they would win it, and the undercard as well. So, yeah, interesting stuff. But Johnny Nelson had a lot to say there, actually, on the Tyson Fury-Alexander Usyk fight, on how that would turn out as well. So have a look at that TalkSport Boxing YouTube channel.
Yeah, definitely do that. It's a very good watch. You did mention someone there who I want to ask you about, Lennox Lewis. He's been in the news over the past 10 days, having a little pop at Eddie Hearn about the Ngannou-Joshua fight, and Lennox and Joshua seem to have had an on and off little spats at each other for years now. Where do you stand on this? Because it's weird, two different generations.
On and off love affair, mate. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Where do I stand on it? You know, like, Lennox is that old school guy, isn't he? He come from the old school where, like, they done things differently back then to what they do now. And I understand, like, the Anthony Joshua, Francis Ngannou fight, it's called prize fighting, and like it's like Joshua's obviously waiting for the winner of Usyk Fury. He's like put himself right back in the mix now. Francis Ngannou, money on the table. You go, why not? Why wouldn't we do that? Do you know what I mean? Ngannou's come with credibility after that Fury performance, because he left a big question mark over Tyson Fury. Was that a bad night, or is he shot? That's the big question mark hanging over Tyson Fury now, because it was a blow-by performance. I believe that it was just one of those where Fury had no fear factor. He thought he had to turn up to win, underestimating Ngannou, who actually had good boxing skills. His timing was good. He had a great boxing IQ. And you go, and he can take a shot, and he can give a shot. You go, that makes him a dangerous opponent. So Joshua's taking a big risk taking on Ngannou, because when you look at what you saw there, you go, that's a tough fight. But what Joshua gains from the Fury fight is that he now knows what he's going into, so that fear factor will be there, and he won't take any chances, and he has to be careful. But Ngannou's a dangerous guy. He can take anyone out at any given point, and he proved that against Fury. So I think it's a good fight. I don't mind it, and I think that Lennox is critical about it because he's from a different era, where, like I say to you, the best box the best, and we're from an era now where, you know, it's all about fights that make sense, big crossovers, and like I say, with the credibility that Ngannou got off that fight. Where does Anthony Joshua go if he doesn't fight Francis Ngannou? Why these two are fighting? Because he wants to fight the best, so he wants to fight the winner of the undisputed. Turki Al-Sheikh said at the press conference last time out, you know what I mean? He said the winner of Ngannou Joshua fights the winner of Fury Usyk. Forget the rematch Fury Usyk. That's what he said in the press conference. Winner fights winner. So Joshua has to keep his eye on the ball and keep, stay focused on that one. But it's all about the money, man, and there's huge money on the table. So Lennox is going to criticise it and saying, yeah, it's all about legacies, best fighting, the best and all that. We are going to get that. This is like a little stopover fight. If you look through the history of heavyweights and boxing, they have those fights in between major fights, you know what I mean? And this is just one of those. It's like the money that Anthony Joshua's getting for the Francis Ngannou fight, you'd have to be insane to turn it down. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what he's doing. It's like a ticking over fight before he gets a winner of that, but it's also a potential banana skin, so he has to be careful.
Is it a shame, though, that two generational icons, Lennox Lewis and Anthony Joshua, from the same discipline, don't really get on?
I think it's always a shame, and I think that, it is a shame. It is a shame because, Anthony Joshua would have looked up to the likes of Lennox Lewis. Anthony Joshua will look to the former champions and look to them and look up to them. So it's a shame that they've got this love-hate relationship, but I'm sure that it'll all work out in the end. It's like boxing's funny like that, man. Like, someone says one thing. Boxers are so sentimental, it's unbelievable, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? One person says one thing, and boxers take it to heart. When someone says something, especially from our point of view, like when we are in the media and you're hired to say a job, it's not a personal attack on anyone. If you say, I think, let's use Joshua Buatsi Dan Aziz as an example. Love both of these guys. And if I go, I think Buatsi wins this fight just on his pedigree, and I think he'll up his game. If the Buatsi that turns up against Stepien turns up against Aziz, he loses. But I don't think that Buatsi will turn up. If I say that, then do you think Dan Aziz should take that personally and it's a personal attack? It's not a personal attack, it's called an opinion, and that's what it is. And I think that sometimes when certain people say things, boxers, they're sensitive and they take it to heart, but Lennox and Joshua, they'll all be good. Last
one, did you see JohnFury yesterday go absolutely mad at Froch?
Yeah, I did, mate. I did. That's JohnFury, though, isn't it? He's like sheer entertainment, you know what I mean? He fits into this world, this social media world so well, JohnFury, because he is entertainment. Do you know what I mean? He's just one of those guys, and he went absolutely nuts at Froch and Froch's opinions on, who was it? Opinions on Tyson Fury and resume, and etc., etc. And look, I wouldn't expect anything less from JohnFury, and I also wouldn't expect anything less from Froch because he speaks his mind. He don't give a shit. Do you know what I mean? So it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see when they meet each other. They come head to head because Froch won't give a shit. No.
Last one, Buatsi or Aziz, one word.
Buatsi.
Spencer, thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.